a bottle of Coca-Cola right before a Such Bullshit podcast now, can't we? How's everyone doing? My name's Maris Memes. This is the Such Bullshit podcast where I sit here and I rant about the bullshit of daily life and the fucked up things that we see in everyday society that is beyond stupid, that makes the world seem like a circus. Now, normally I would not do one at these hours, and currently I'm not in the best of health. I need to see an endodontics today, like in an emergency situation. Now, I don't know, this could be my last podcast, so I figured, fuck it, why not be about the FBI? I thought about it being Christian, but Christian's gotta be a special number, you know? He hasn't had his court case yet. I want to see how that goes first before I make a topic on it. I got a piece of gum in my mouth covering, my split open tooth that I need to get checked out. And some Orajel over top of it, but, like, even that's not enough, man. But, let me try to keep here at the topic at hand here. The FBI technically had no right to just openly... I view this with every police organization as well. Take that out. I don't feel like the police organizations around the world do not have the right to technically just break into somebody's house just because whatever fucking X reason. Now, under certain circumstances, like if there's like a drug bust or whatever, I mean, if somebody's peddling illegal shit, arms or whatever, and it came in, and I mean, that's got to be regulated a little differently than the way that the police enforcement does it. I don't feel like it's justifiably right. I don't feel like it's justifiably wrong either. I mean, there's some ups and downs to it, but it's not regulated too well, just like the courts. Now, I love how this judge was appointed by Trump, and I'm not defending Trump on this one, but it's kind of funny how that this same judge, approved the warrant. It's just like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, it's honestly, outside my home, it sounds like a fucking circus around Washington, D.C., and around the Mar-a-Lago state, which is, there's protesters out there right now live marching around with flags in their hands in the middle of fucking night. Whereas right now, their time, it's like 5, 6 in the morning, and it's like night out still, because they're close to the ocean and shit, it's still dark as fuck. And here they are, they're outside in like fucking Florida heat wave, Savannah, 99 fucking degrees, holding flags and tank tops, marching the fuck around like Boy Scouts, trying to protect liberty, justifiable to an extent until you realize how fucking stupid some people are. Now, there's been people that have been avidly against Trump over the last weekend. Over the last week or so, all over Twitter, I've seen some of the most dumbest fucking people in the dumbest videos I've ever seen up. One newscaster walked up to a guy that was basically on the street claiming, "Oh, Donald Trump needs to be in prison. He needs to be in prison. He's committed crimes." And then the caster goes up to you. He's like, "Oh, what crimes? What did he do? What did he do?" And they just go, "I have no comment." It's like, are you fucking for that video? I swear to God, is probably the dumbest fucking human being on the planet. So you're gonna advocate somebody committing fucking crimes, but then you won't even tell what it is. You don't even know what the crime is. All of a sudden, it's like this fucking piece of magic that suddenly it sprang out of your ass. So he did a crime. Treason. He copied documents. Look, no offense, but let me just put it this way. Let's picture something real quick. Imagine this is the early 2000s and Bush is back in office. You don't think he didn't write down on like a piece of paper when he got home, "Oh, the plans, the secret plans. All right, here, let me write this down. Pretend this is for record, a pencil or a pen. Oh God, the plans. This is how you make nuclear C4, and this is how you make it cheaper. All right, I'm gonna sell this to Saudi Arabians. All right, here you go, guys. Fund my new mansion." You don't think that any other previous president has jotted shit down from memory of when they were in the office? Now, in Trump's defense, while these newscasters and even like former FBI and other people in his office were saying that he was supposed to give up and relinquish all those records that were private records to the White House. Now, picture yourself like this. Imagine you're the president, but you're running through everyday life. Let's say you're driving your car and you just get out of work and you stop at a McDonald's or something and you put a receipt in your pocket, or you're in the bag and you just trash the bag out, or maybe you leave it in your wallet or in your car seat and it falls off, it goes somewhere and you never see it again. That's the way I look at his record, him keeping those records in boxes. At least he kept them in boxes, you know? Like, it's not like he's openly admitted to selling them. Like, if that was the case and he was openly admitting to selling them while he was in office, that'd be a big fucking red flag right there. But he didn't do that. You know, maybe he kept them and was asking repeatedly, where do I put them? How do I get rid of them? Who did this go to? And then he just held on to them because he was afraid that, you know, it's secret intelligent files that just shouldn't have gone out. Now, what really, you know, grinds my gears in this matter is why is it that why did the FBI specifically target a random fucking house in the United States to break into? Yeah, it's very weird that, Trump could have hidden his shit anywhere. Think about it. He's got plenty of friends in high places. If he really wanted to hide them documents somewhere, he could have put it under, a son or a daughter's fucking name into a random hotel that they own and lock it into one room that they don't use and just bury it underneath the fucking room and nobody would ever know. It'd be the biggest kept secret in the world. But no, they were in his own fucking home. It's not like he was hiding them. Unless they were hidden in his home, like, behind, like, a secret wall panel that if you tap the wall 5 times, the fucking door magically opens up and there's some documents behind it. Then I could see, that's kind of fucking weird, because now you're guilty of hiding something. Why the fuck would you need to hide something that you've already seen before? Now, even Barack Obama could have done this shit, which is kind of, not surprising to me that he probably has. Like, he could have gone in the office, seen very top secret documents, and when he left office to go home for a day, sneak off into his bedroom in private and jot down notes of everything he saw that day and keep a diary. And then, commit to memory, to pen and paper, everything that he's seen, all the secret intelligence stuff, so that he could later on sell the secrets. Every president's probably done it. Everybody around the world's probably done it to every other country. Not just our country done it, but other countries have probably fucking done it. I mean, it's not a first that international trade secrets were, sent out from other countries. Spain was pretty avid back in the early 1700s. Spain would give up a lot of its secrets, like, non-fucking stop for any amount of fucking coin or any amount of rice. Like, they were a chatty nation, we'll say the least. But that is not the topic of this video. This is the Mar-a-Lago raid, in my opinion, on the FBI. My opinion of the FBI breaking in there, I feel like the FBI is this fucking Boy Scout gang that shouldn't even exist. That's kind of like this poor man's version of our own government. Like, I look at our own government, and I like to think to myself that we're just as bad as the Russian government, when you think about it. Like, we're committed to a war of attrition while they're committed to a war of lies. We're committed to a war of attrition with our own people by fucking over other people and just being a nuisance. Whereas over in their country, they are fucking up every brand and every company is walking out on them and they don't know what the fuck to do. Now, evidently, I will say that eventually, I'm going to recall this right now, by 2024, we are going to be going to war with Russia. I'm calling it right now. By 2024, this is what I honestly think will happen. I feel like Trump will get put back into office, and the first thing he's going to do is initiate war with Russia. I would not be wrong to think that politically. I think he would actually fucking do it. And I don't think he'd be wrong for fucking doing it either, because, again, we have NATO bases planted all around the fucking place for no reason. Think about it. Every other country around Russia is setting up a NATO base, just about. And when we get down to it, I mean, it's just an arms race. We're on our way to fucking World War III, and I'd like to think that, but do I think they had a right to break into his fucking Florida house, his personal house? Fuck no. Like, I don't agree with somebody just walking into my fucking house because some ass clown thinks I'm holding a secret out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my private life photos, pictures of me and my wife that when we're traveling are all scattered all over my home, and then some random fucking police officers can come in, break my shit, break those picture frames, take those photos if they want, and take whatever they want because they can basically act like legal raiders, and it's disgusting. I don't feel like, and let's talk about this thing. When the FBI or the CIA of the United States, they travel international lines and they confiscate shit across state lines. Who was the owner of Mega Upload back in the day when the whole webpage got shut down by the FBI? Yeah, that. And then they raided his entire fucking place out in another country and like took all of his cars, all his property. That I remember that. That was a disgusting moment in internet history. It's like, why the fuck did our government have to do that? Why did we constantly attack Pirate Bay or websites like that have always been trying to share media in order to progress the internet the way it is today? A lot of the software that people use is pirated. A lot of Sony Vegas, WinRAR, any amount of audio editing software that you can find, even some movies that people can't really find anymore because they're not on DVD or Blu-ray, or are just too old and have not been put up back on like hosted websites. For example, I had to torrent like the first 10 seasons of Trailer Park Boys because I couldn't fucking find it anywhere. And it's not on their SwearNet site as far as I'm aware. So to get the whole episodes and to make a continuous running video of the whole series, I had to torrent them all and cut off all the endings and openings. And I usually just sit down and I watch it one straight run of the whole show in one sitting, like a movie. And who dat? BDX?
Hello?
BDX, what's up? I'm live. I'm live right now on YouTube for my Such Bullshit podcast. I'm gonna be going to them either an emergency room or endonics in like a couple hours. My yeah, the one tooth went from like in the last fucking. So I had to wait 2 months to see this endonics, and I've been waiting 6 weeks, and the tooth went from half black to literally 80%, 90% black. Like, it's reaching my gum line and it's affecting my gum. If it reaches my gum, I could die. Like, it's not a joke anymore. So I'm literally gonna get on the phone with them as soon as I'm done this podcast, and I'm gonna yell at them, be like, "Yo, look, I need to be seen fucking today, or I'm going to the emergency room and I'm calling my insurance company and saying this is bullshit." And I'll be complaining to them, making a legal claim about my insurance company. Be like, "Yo, look, what the fuck, man? I'm over here dying with fucking necrosis in my fucking mouth, and you can't even help me. I gotta wait 2 months. Like, what the fuck is this?" There's no amount of specialist bullshit in the world that can make you explain to me that suddenly there's a magic number of people there's so many people that need to have their roots in their teeth checked that it makes them, hold me up for 2 whole months. Nah, that's bullshit. Doctors' offices are bullshit. Fucking anybody who's a teacher is full of shit. That's my opinion. But I was talking about the Mar-a-Lago FBI raid on Trump's home. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Oh, wait. I didn't have you on. You weren't getting picked up on stream. Now you are. Sorry about that. I had it off.
I think you should maybe you want to end your stream prematurely and do that soon.
Well, I can't do jack shit about it until 8 o'clock.
All right.
So long as it doesn't get worse, I won't be going to no emergency room. Hey, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out doing content. That's the way I look at it. Just like my old man's man that died working, pretty much. So, tell me about the Mar-a-Lago raid. What is your opinion on that?
I don't know what's happening. I don't know why you would take nuclear codes to a hotel. I don't really think. I'm not sure if he frequents that place or not.
No,
So,
they were in his estate. They were in his estate. He owned. It was a private estate in Florida. Yeah, it was a private estate in Florida that Trump owned that they just basically raided without any kind of context or anything, and they were like, "Yeah, we think he has information," and now they're claiming that they have nuclear information that he sold, apparently like 15 boxes worth of shit, and then the numbers of stuff keeps changing, and it's just like I feel like the FBI is just making up what they found in there to get reason to fucking invade his home. Basically,
yeah,
they're
actually
probably
they did. Yeah, they did change the numbers a lot, or they came up with some really absurd numbers.
I just feel like it's all falsified, so that way what?
They did that to Stephen Paddock's brother when he spoke out, and just like weird shit started to pop up. They black bagged him. They planted shit. They fucking just got rid of like anybody willing to in his family saying this is unusual. So it was really fucked. But yeah, they keep changing the numbers with the Mar-a-Lago stuff, huh?
I feel like it's all falsified just so they can find Trump's tax records.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like's going on. They probably they invaded his personal home for what other reason? What reason did the government have beforehand? It was all about his tax records originally. That was the only reason I could think of that they wanted to go in there to find that. Not the fucking nuclear plans. Like I feel like I said this earlier, if you were Barack Obama or fucking George Bush and you were in office for all those years, you can't tell me that you were going home and privately writing down what you see throughout the day. Like, oh, the nuclear missile code to launch this missile. Oh, I could go home and write that in my diary in my bedroom and hide that book in the goddamn wall somewhere behind a vent. Like some secret 00 agent shit. And I said this earlier to myself too. I'm like, if Trump was really hiding it, like, don't you think he would have bought a shit motel through his like daughter or something, and then privately visited that hotel, went into one room, locked the room down, and buried it underneath that room, and told his daughter never rent out that room, and that it's always under maintenance, and put a thing in front of it, and just hide it underneath the floorboards? That would have been the most secure way to hide fucking nuclear information or shit that he didn't want to know. And if it was found, it would make him look definitely fucking guilty because it was hidden. But 15 boxes in his own home, that's hidden. Like that doesn't sound fucking hidden to me, FBI. That sounds like a crock of shit. Now, the one major thing that I don't like about the FBI, they don't do jack shit for cyber criminals. Get away with everything. They really do. You can go around doxing, and there's no fucking penalty. There's no punishment.
There's all sorts of like
unless you know the
grandfathers
person's unless you know the person's local PD and can get them to go after them and stop eating fucking donuts and shitting on only black people, because that's what most cops do. They figure, oh, black person, instant reward for putting them in jail because of racism. I feel like that's a fucked up thing, and I feel like the white people are minority now. White people like me and you are a minority now. I don't think that we deserve reparations. Sitting through all the shit that I have sat through, I don't feel like that the FBI should be allowed to legally raid anyone on any pretense and make up whatever the fuck they want. I feel like there should be another agency that has no association to the FBI that is legally responsible to watching the FBI not be corrupt. Because you know they're being fucking corrupt and controlled. They're just another militia army and put into state. They're not even, I wouldn't even call them federal. I would just call them state bullies that tell the state troopers to suck their cocks, because realistically, the FBI doesn't actually have any sway or power over not only social media and the internet, but its own individual people. Because why else would FBI agents be on Discord? Think about that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody who was on Discord who said they were former MI6 or MI5 intelligence, and they were a cripple that got into a vehicular accident and they play video games. So and they care about accessibility. So they're disabled now. So just hanging out with them on Discord.
It's fucked.
So I just think that's kind of funny, man. It's like James Bond gets into a fucking accident, and now you're playing Skyrim with big titty elf girl mods, and that's what you do.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
I'm not kidding, man. Like that's, you know what I mean? It's funny as fuck.
Our government is a very screwy government.
Because people are people, man.
Completely off topic.
My theory is that when it comes to the government, I think most countries would want to help and help other countries within the United States. They all tell the president what's going on, and the president is overwhelmed with all the people talking to him or her, pressuring him or her, and they don't know what's going on. And they probably are convinced one way or another by some malignant group within the government to do this, that, or the other thing. But I don't think that there's much of a reason to do wars in the Middle East. I think it's just what was the group that wanted to do that? Some thugs, right?
I don't know.
I feel like
the people that got away with the insurrection were heroes.
Yeah, that's messed up, man. But yeah.
No, I feel like they were heroes. The people that went inside the building and shit just to look around. Because think about it. Why else would the government allow that? How did our government allow people to just walk into their most secure building in the fucking entire United States? There's no amount of complaining in a circle jerk room of 50 people that are old as fucking dirt, that are ready to kick the bucket from a stroke, that could literally sit there and say otherwise, that, oh, we didn't just allow these people to walk the fuck in. You mean to tell me you didn't have like 50 to a few hundred armed guards when you have an entire fucking patriarchy outside fucking ranting and raging ready to barge into the fucking place? Like, you didn't have enough manpower or the National Guard to fucking stand by and literally shoot anybody who tried to enter without consent? Or have a barricade up? Like, I'm surprised that even happened. When I heard about it the first time around, and I felt like it was a joke. I'm like, not only did the FBI struggle to catch all the people, because there's still some people missing that did the insurrection, there's some people that actually got away with it and they didn't post anything on social media and they were smart. And then there's others that were dumb and were literally posting pictures that they're at the fucking podium stand where Nancy Pelosi stood and they're fucking making fun of the entire Congress and it's fucking laughable. But what context does it take for the FBI to actually be fucking initialized? Like, what do they actually investigate and do when people are committing crimes and fucking, like, for example, why isn't somebody like Keemstar put into fucking bars and, or, just
it's about popularity
sued?
and what's in the news. I think if more people went, oh, Keemstar fucking sent goons to my house and I had to be rescued by Secret Service, they would just,
I'm just more surprised that somebody like him isn't in a fucking, a penitentiary, just fucking locked up. No psych ward, no help. I feel like these people that are on the internet that have been getting away with this shit for far too long with no punishments, I don't feel like they should be put into a rehabilitation program. I don't feel like they need relearning. I feel like they just need straight prison time. Because I don't feel like even after 10, 20 years from now, without the internet, without them being able to continue doing what they're doing, that they would actually do something creative or artistic for society. They wouldn't make a video game. They wouldn't make a TV show. They wouldn't try to do any form of art, any form of work, any form of career, they wouldn't care for it. They probably would go right back to being on the internet because that's the only thing that they knew how to do, probably as kids. And that's the unfortunate part. So people like me and you that knew to attach ourselves to other media, whereas, other people just don't. They like to stay in this whole mindset where, oh, they're fucking still streaming hentai and shit, like in their 20s and 30s and 40s, and they got their Dakimora in the background covered in fucking Cheeto chip dust, and like they haven't grown up at all. They're still stuck in this Christian autism phase to where, unfortunately, they didn't realize reality hit and they had to grow up. Like something traumatic event haven't happened yet. So no traumatic event happens yet. Unfortunately, they don't kick themselves into a, oh shit, if I don't take responsibility for my life, I'm going to die now because no one's taking care of me. Oh shit, my family died. Oh shit, I gotta take care of myself and be a better person, do the right thing, yada yada, fucking let's go run the world together. FBI ain't gonna care for that shit and they shouldn't. But unfortunately, they don't do shit to the people that deserve to be locked up. I feel like these state cops that pull you over, or even the township cops, in not even my town, but every town in the United States, I feel like they need to start going after people for cyber crimes, not for just like fucking jaywalking or sitting in their back seat with their Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, not with my donuts. Somebody on the street complain. Oh, fuck him. I'll just write down a note. Yeah, I'll investigate. Your name is Mister. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Okay. We'll look into it. I don't give a fuck. Bye. That's what these cops do. They'll say they'll investigate, they'll look into it, and then they just don't give a fuck. They'll run off. The only way you can make it a point.
Popularity. It's about what's in the news. That's why the NASCAR driver guy with the "there's a noose in my garage," and it was actually a pull rope.
Yeah.
It was a pull rope, but he thought it was a noose because he's like, mixed race, and he thought, man, they hate me because I'm slightly brown. Oh no, I'm such a victim. And then they send like 12 guys from the feds to look into a garage of all fucking things. But no, nobody's gonna give a fuck about you unless you're Mr.
Unless I'm
Newsman.
black and I'm trying to become a race crime subject.
It's about the fact that they were like a famous NASCAR driver, and
Why
people
isn't it
start.
that there's no white race crime that gets popularized? We're a minority now. Why can't we get popularized for doing something stupid?
That was kidnapped and raped and murdered when they were just traveling, and it was like a bunch of angry black folk that just I don't remember their names. You got to remember their names, man. I forgot the name of that black slave owner that had Irish slaves. I forgot that.
What the fuck?
That was memory hold. It's called a memory hold, brother. I remember when a guy told me what a memory hole was. That shit just disappears, and you gotta like dig it up. So I feel like having a time capsule of shit, interesting stuff like what they call it, like David Duchovny, Gillian Anderson, Mulder, Scully, X Files, fucking mystery shit, and archive all that paranormal and political stuff that you read up on, all that mystery stuff, all of that theory stuff, that conspiracy theory stuff, and just like make printouts, man, and just make a time capsule. Get one of those banking notes, vacuum tube, plastic clear container things, and you could bury that under the ground. I mean, it's literally a capsule. It could be a time capsule. I don't know. It's just like you could fucking archive stuff. You could set something aside, and man, I'm not really good at this. I think I just like here's a bunch of shit. But I started to think about, well, if there was an event that happened, like that time I saw a UFO in my backyard this year, and the time there was that Robert Cremo dude who went on that blam blam, and he was on that rooftop. and then he dressed up like a girl and evaded capture for a bit, and then actually got arrested, and all of his music got deleted off the internet. And it wasn't even like why delete his music of all things? Like with the Columbine killers, they didn't really delete his the things that they created or made,
Wait,
or
so if I were to search up on Google Robert Primo, none of his music exists?
you'd have to go on archive.org. YouTube took all it off. But he was like a rapper that did a shooting this year, 4th of July. Robert E. Crimo III, Robert Eugene Crimo, in Highland Park near Chicago. And
Yeah,
he,
none of his music exists.
nope, he's made music. I've heard his music. And I heard about him because of the attack, but he only doesn't really seem to make a lot of music. But it's very cryptic kind of music too. I heard Run N-Word Run. I heard there's this one about jumpers, and there's this one about it was like a can't stop thinking about you girl type one songs, and it doesn't seem like the kind of stuff that you delete off of YouTube too. It's like Run N-Word Run was about like police brutality, and you got to run away from it, man, run. And I was just surprised that he like this stuff is all bizarre too, because not every single person who owns a weapon are performing these kinds of attacks. And there are other countries that have a large population of people that also own guns. Like Switzerland, everybody has a gun, and there's never been a single mass attack like that you would see with Dunblane or Columbine. And there was one event where a guy killed his wife, and then they started to say you have your guns, but you can't keep them in your homes anymore. You keep them on the base, but they still have their guns. They didn't ban them, so it's a cultural problem, not like a gun problem. It's also like they're not going to ban the bullets because the guns
So
are the
there
symbol of
is
power.
a completely off topic to our podcast. There is an NPR.org Highland Park suspect online history reveals a fascination with violence.
Mm.
And it goes into detail and does mention the fact that he did have his own music and he made music videos that were very disturbing. Like, for example, in one of them, he's in an empty classroom by himself, wearing a helmet with a Discord logo on his t-shirt in yellow, and he scatters empty bullet casings all over the floor of the classroom. And yeah,
In the music video,
yeah.
I think I have an archive of that music video, but I didn't see that part. I just wanted to archive it in case that shit got deleted because I wanted to know. Like, I have a right to know, and I'm not like fascinated with doing attacks. It's more like I want to understand from a narrative. Like I want to understand the literature. I want to let them speak for themselves, and instead of being having some dude be like, "Trust me, I know everything," even though you don't know anything about this and you haven't seen it for yourself. It's like that's the most suspicious thing is I can't find what this
Information that should
person
have been
is
there
saying
because
about
someone
themselves. You know
decided that it wasn't valuable.
that they said like you can't see this dude's music videos, and I want to see them. I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would totally understand that.
It's stuff that they're putting out there, and you're hiding it. It's stuff that they posted online. This isn't like some Fourth Amendment argument where you're searching their shit. It's no, this is stuff that they put online, and you've said that you can't even research things. You can't even research Robert Cremo. I gotta get this post nasal drip on pollen trees.
Hmm.
But yeah, I woke up. I had some whack ass dreams, and I had some ideas for a level of my game.
I don't know, I just find it really funny that a lot of retarded people are on Twitter right now. that are like, "Oh, lock him up, Trump treason." Trump will always be associated with treason, and it's just like, have you actually seen the documents that the FBI is explaining it with your own eyes? Or are you just gonna take what the FBI says with a grain of salt? Hey, the
You know
FBI
what?
announces that they found Donald Trump has 500 bad dragon dildos in his Mar-a-Lago estate hotel. Would you believe it then? Would you believe it then,
Why would I
people?
give a shit?
Would you believe it then? No, no, for real. Would you actually fucking believe it then?
I don't know
Like,
if you
like, calm the fuck on, for real.
and I don't think they're willing to show proof that he has the nuclear documents. But if they're willing to say he has bad dragon dildos, therefore he has nuclear codes, that doesn't make sense.
No.
It's like
Oh, he's
just
got
because
15 boxes. 15 boxes of paperwork? For nuclear codes? Really?
yeah, how much
15
nuclear
boxes.
codes do you need, brother? If I was a smart man, I wouldn't even connect that shit to local area network, son. I wouldn't even like have it connect. I would just have the button. You had to press the code locally. It was its own machine, and the
You
power
know what
outlet
astounds me
was
more?
ran by a generator. And in order to really just do anything, you have to have like this local power source. You have to turn on the generator. You got to turn on this. You got to turn. You know what I mean? Like it has to be ultra secure, and there's got to
Why
be
is it that
constant.
it was 15 boxes of paper and not just a fucking laptop?
Yeah, they can't find Hunter Biden's laptop again. By the way, it's got Molly
Or
Obama's
or
social
Hillary
security
Clinton's
number.
emails.
Yeah, you can't find those either. Those are on WikiLeaks or something. Don't worry about that though. That guy, Julian Assange, got arrested. They tried to kill him in an embassy, so he did push-ups on the floor in some country. They couldn't go into the building to assassinate the guy because he was technically in a foreign country.
They
I
wanted
can't.
to assassinate the guy that leaked Hillary Clinton's emails.
Uh, Man, the world is a really weird place. And honestly, what do I want to do? I want to fart on my phone and have that show up on the podcast.
Yeah, don't do that. I
Wasn't
really
loud
don't
enough.
want to hear that.
But I guess I wanted to make my game and make my own statement about the world and not get fucked up and mutilated or die of necrosis. There'll be some
Amen. I'm dying in necrosis.
there'll be some love and romance maybe. And
Completely off
I get to be
topic, though.
picky. I get to be picky, especially in a world as dangerous and weird as this.
Completely off topic, though. I'm gonna give a shout out to my cousin I saw at my family wedding. Yeah, I told him I got a record in Fallout 3. He was impressed by it. I don't know if he watches our subscribe to the content or not. I told him the name. He looked at the channel. Um,
Optimus.
fucking PDX. God damn it. I'm trying to give a shout out to my cousin Graham. That's all.
I
But yeah,
have
he's
like
probably on his
I'm
way to
really
work to
moved
New
to the
York. So safe
vaccinated
trip.
process because I swear to God, I feel like some of these other groups that I've become a part of in the past year aren't fully inclusive to me, and I personally cannot tell whether I'm only tolerated and not liked because I'll have moments where I can actually engage in good conversation. There's good rapport, but then you know later, like months or a year down the line, they're like, "Oh, you wanted to go to this meetup?" And there's no beforehand, like whether you are or are not invited. That's not really disclosed. It's like it just seems like very bring your own body and to this party sort of thing, and this place, and then like this other group that I was in, not not the one with the college kids or whatever. This other one where they're more like gamers and more tabletop. Like I think you like that one a little bit better, but they were like, "Oh, you weren't actually invited to the meetup in this place. You didn't have like a role." And they were like, well, these are for like people who participate a lot in the Discord calls, and I participated in how many of them that they were in. If I saw their icons in the channel, I'm like, oh, I'd love to have it, be in a group VC right now, really fixing for one of those. And they were just like, so I don't know. But they say hello to me, but it was like shit like that. So I wouldn't want to lose my best friend Maris Means to some toothache because, you know, if I can't, like, I don't have permanent friend groups like I do with Maris Means.
Yep.
So that would fucking suck.
I'll get
And
it
I'll
looked
go,
at
yeah,
here. I'm gonna end my
neither.
podcast here and get it. I'm gonna give them a call when they open up in literally an hour. But that's all I can do right now is just wait and hope for the best.
That's why
My
I just figured.
the tooth
Sorry.
has progressively gotten more and more black in the back that I haven't been comfortable with. Do you always have a Coke on your desk? Every podcast I do, okay, I drink one bottle of Coke. Every podcast. I got bottles all here, empty. Every podcast I do, I drink one. Every stream I do, there's one on the desk. A glass bottle. And I down the whole bottle by the end of the stream. That's the formula I've always do it. I take the bottle, I drink the whole thing, and then by the time the bottle's empty, the podcast is over. Which means there's that much left. That's how much the podcast has got left. Which is about where my tooth's at. Now, the necrosis in my tooth, I don't care to fucking show it on stream. Right here. This tooth. If you look hard enough, it is gray. And it's progressively gone further and further up the gum line in the back, on the inside of my mouth, and it's going up in the gum line and going to my brain. It could kill me. Like, real talk, I'm being fucking dead serious. It will actually kill me. Good news is necrosis in my bottom left isn't spreading rapidly. So I got like a good year to take care of that. But this has got to be taken care of immediately because it's too close to a major organ, i.e. my fucking brain. So, I mean, that's number one on the fucking list of shit to take care of, you know? I don't know, I might hop on Minecraft, wait an hour, just to be able to call this fucking endo doctor or whatever the fuck this thing is. I don't know. I'll just call him later. Honestly, it's not something I like doing. I hate getting dental work done. I haven't seen a dentist in like 7 years, okay? Like I generally take care of my teeth very well. The last time I've ever seen any kind of oral surgeon was like 4 years ago. I got one wisdom tooth removed while I was awake, and that was about it. And that was without painkillers. They basically just went in and they just squeezed my jaw till it snapped out of my mouth, and it fucking sucked. I had no numb medication, nothing. They didn't inject me with lidocaine. I got nothing. I was just like, here you go. Fucking tooth right out of my mouth. It cracked my jawbone in the process. That took about a week to recover. A week to a few months. I was overselling it, but the Mar-a-Lago raid, I'm going to say right now, the FBI needs to get its shit together. You can't just go unprecedentedly going the fuck around and then throwing up tantrums on the fucking internet or all over the social media trying to tell the entire United States people that, oh, the raid is completely justified because we found X. We found X, we found this, we found this, we found this, and then not fucking show it. Not show, not be properly investigated by a third party that is not controlled by the government, that is controlled by the people. Now, because of this, the FBI is no longer a reliable source of information. It probably will never be, or never has been. And that, I don't understand why the fuck we're even employing, especially considering the fact that they don't handle cybercrime as much as the IC3, which is supposed to be a branch of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, which the FBI, and they don't actually look into it unless it's an actual cyber terrorist attack, i.e. from an international country or of a person of interest that's only an interest to them, which is very much fucked. So you mean anybody could be a fucking piece of shit on the internet, basically, with no consequence? Is that what we're getting at now? I don't know. That's fucked to me. I don't know. I'm just gonna take it away and say that this was the Such Bullshit Podcast, episode 29. I was saying repeatedly on my previous streams that I was gonna stream this at 8 in the morning. Instead, I did it at 6. Now it's 7. I wanted to do this as fast as I could while the I've had this. I don't know if that could be seen, but had that all in my mouth, my gum the whole fucking time to numb it, and it wore off within literally 10 minutes. So I'm in a very bad state where I can just, my whole fucking right side of my face hurts. So I'm gonna take my leave and get this checked up. I'm hoping to be able to do episode 30. I don't have a topic yet. Again, I'll come up with a topic. I just haven't figured out what it is. BDX, recommend me a topic. What do you think I should do for 30? The big 3-0.
Human trafficking in Toledo, Ohio, and the John Money experiment.
What the fuck? You might as well just tell me put fucking Human Centipede up on the fucking bullshit podcast.
Human semen pee.
No. Did I mention no? I cannot believe you just fucking said that. Yeah. Okay. Good night, everyone. Or, I'm sorry. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Take care, drive to work safely, go do what you need to do this morning. I'm gonna go get my fucking shit ripped out of my mouth, because this is just... it's bad.